How do you know how old a tree is? Let's find out. Welcome back, EdelKampers, to another Tuesday Teachable Moment where we explore, experience, and educate together. For today's activity, all you need is a piece of paper, a measuring tape, a pen, perhaps some crayons, and you're ready to go. How do I know how old a tree is? Many of us know that if you cut a tree down and you count the rings, then you know about the approximate age of a tree. But how do I know how old a living tree is, like this one right here? Now, for the counting of the rings, I want to link up Yosemite. We showed you a little bit about that when we were looking at Mariposa Grove and checking out the trees there. So if I'm taking a hike with my children or child, and they might ask me, or I might want to study trees, I can figure out the age of this tree one simple way, and that's by measurement. So we're going to take a tape measure and we're going to wrap it around the biggest portion of the tree trunk and see how many inches it is. So you might need to help measure. Now this is called the circumference, so I want to make sure that my child understands what a circumference is, and that's just the measurement around the tree trunk. So we're going to take and a measuring tool, which is the long, soft measuring tape, and we're going to wrap it around the tree trunk. Now I'm going to do this by myself because I don't have a handy helper today, but you guys can do this together. So you're going to take your tape measure and help your child put that around the tree. I'm going to hug the tree because I don't have a buddy right now. Put it around the tree and measure the circumference or the measurement around the tree. And it is 55, oh actually it is, 54 and a half inches. Let me bring this in for you to see. 54 and a half inches around. We are going to use 4 simple steps to determine the age of the tree. So now that we've measured the circumference in inches of the tree trunk at about breast height and discovered that it was 54.5 inches in circumference, we're going to take the circumference now, divide it by pi, and we're going to come up with our diameter of the tree. So we know that pi is 314, so we're going to take 54.5 divided by 3.14, and I'm going to just round it 2 inches, and it comes up to 17 inches. That is my diameter. So step 3, I'm going to take my diameter, multiply it by my growth factor of the tree that corresponds to the species of the tree that you measured. Ours was a white oak, so you can Google the growth factor of a tree to find the chart. Now I've written down some of the trees of the charts that we have, and some of the species that were on the chart was white oak at 5 growth factor, red oak at 4, pin oak at 3, American elm at 4, and so on. So I'm going to look at the white oak. Its growth factor is 5. So you're going to take diameter of 17 times 5 from the chart equals 85. The white oak tree was 85 years old. Now to add an extra piece into that, you might have them draw the tree, label the tree. If they're older, they can write a poem about the tree. Now this is just an approximate estimate of how old it is, just like the rings, because every year inside of the tree, the bark of the tree, it grows, and some trees grow faster and some trees grow slower. But a great way to tell approximately how old a tree is when you're hiking in the woods. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to our channel and see more, please do so. We welcome you, and I'll see you next week.